Hello and welcome everybody to the next episode of TIC Podcast. And this is kind of a fun one. I wanted to talk about optimism and, I wanted to share a little bit about how I have been grumpy for the past, I want to say, like 5 years. And I used to be really pessimistic and say everything is really went downhill, movies, games, shows, whatever. And I wanted to kind of reflect on that, and I realized that things are kind of like in rear view mirror mode. You kind of look in the backwards mirror a lot, and it's easy to think that the present isn't now, if that makes sense. um, because for a long time, for a while, I would look at what I didn't like, and I would say, oh man, everything sucks, like the whole all everything sucks. And I would have like my rose tinted glasses on and be like, man, my childhood was awesome. It was so cool. I had the Matrix. I had Jason Statham movies. Like my generation was cool. My generation was awesome. And I definitely felt like my nostalgia glasses were like glued to my face. But recently, this year, I have just seen tons and tons of really awesome stuff that I would have never had in the 90s. For example, we had the Mario movie come out, which was basically a dream come true for a Mario fan. Like, it might not be the best movie ever made, but it's the best video game movie ever made. It was everything that you could ever imagine a reference or a thing from a game translated into a movie. Like it basically was perfect for what it was out to be. And the Sonic the Hedgehog movies were also fantastic. And things like that have just made me go like, wow, you know what? Like, it's easy to pick and be like absolute about stuff. Like, oh man, I think that, you know, it's all or nothing. But you know, every year there tends to be at least something worth talking about. And 2023 has had quite a lot of really cool stuff happening. I mean, we're getting a new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. We already had the Mario movie and the John Wick movie. And we're getting Transformers 5 with Beast Wars and a Christopher Nolan and Wes Anderson movie in the same year. Tons of really cool stuff. And we're getting Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, and Tekken in the same year, like all in the same gaming season. Spider-Man 2 is releasing this year, I think, the game on PS5. And one of my biggest shocks and excited about is Sega decided to go back to the roots and make a Sonic the Hedgehog game like the classic Sonic games with 3D graphics, but still keep it like a classic 2D game. That was like, wow, you guys took me by surprise by that one. That's awesome. I was really happy about that. And I have to talk about Foo Fighters. So, I was really scared, like really worried that Dave was going to end the band because he lost two of his best friends in bands back to back. And that's got to do a bunch of psychological damage. he first lost Kurt, and that wrecked him for a long time. And then out of nowhere, he lost Taylor Hawkins. And you would think that would like defeat anybody really, but he kept playing music, touring, and in the meantime, the band made their best album in like 10 years. I picked it up. It's called But Here We Are, and it's just such a triumphant comeback from some of the worst shit that you could go through. And it's not only that record that is like really great this year, but we're getting a new Queens of the Stone Age. Things are moving forward. Blink 182 has returned. Like music as far as my taste, rock and roll. Rock I used to think was over. It's not popular anymore, but it's not dead either. I still support Pearl Jam, Queens of Stone Age, Nine Inch Nails, Foo Fighters, and I really try to make sure that I get the CDs in physical release. And on the indie side, being an animator and doing my own stuff, I've networked with so many awesome independent bands, 1080 Trees, Noiseheads, Just a Ride, and really awesome people, Alter Apex as well. And rock is not over. It's not going anywhere. It might be smaller, but we're never going to let it die. And that's just something I wanted to talk about. I mean, I feel like this year I really worked hard on getting out of depression. Depression happens to everyone. It happens to the richest people on earth. It doesn't matter who you are. Everyone faces depression, and it can take away your whole energy. And I've really tried to make steps to get out of that. And I think one of the big things mentally is that you need to kind of look around and start trying to find things that you're excited about. Because it's really easy to be a pessimist. It takes no effort to be a pessimist. It takes effort to be an optimist. I think that it's like if you just say everything sucks, then it does. But when you go out of your way to look for something you want to enjoy, it really is a positive thing, and it'll make you excited. So this is another one of those quick podcasts, but I had a really good couple of days. I want to say like June is my favorite month this year. I wrapped up Telltale Heart. It's finished. It's not being published, but I was very proud of it, and things are really going well. Things are going great for me, and hard work does really pay off. So I just wanted to kind of just kind of talk about the good things, because I complain all the time. I'm humid. I do it all the time. And for once, I just want to say something that was uplifting. So have a great summer. It is really nice out. For anyone in New York, I really am rooting for you guys to be safe. But yeah, stay awesome, stay badass, keep kicking ass. See you later.